Will it be Miracles or will it be 4-color Control? Vote now. Misty Rainforest to start the game for Phil. Windswept Heath to start for Sahaj.
I'm going to fetch up a Tundra and slam this.
A counterbalance will resolve.
Counterbalance will resolve. All right, a good start to the game for Force of Phil. Myra of Pendrell Vale is here.
Want to waste your Tundra? Pass.
Pull out the thing for the camera.
Waste your Tundra pass. Wow. Going right after the lands. Where'd the Wasteland go? I don't even see it. Oh, it's like off screen? All right. Unfortunately, it got placed slightly off screen.
Yeah, we have so much stuff. That's fine. Ouch. Okay. This is
It's a bit crowded at the shop, so players are limited on space here. If I remember correctly. They were in a crowded spot. All right. There's a Flooded Strand for Phil.
This one, dude, I don't remember.
Misty Rainforest was the play for Sahaj. Here's a Brainstorm for Force of Phil.
That's some shit. How do you want to resolve? So I say just put this back in there.
All right, so you hear me in the background. I'm playing a match off camera. We don't want to hear that. We just don't want to hear it.
Alright, that's fine.
Land.
sure.
Alright, so you. Alright, so you're still at 19. Yes.
Okay, here's a Ponder for Sahaj. Very nice. Force of Phil letting it resolve. Doesn't do anything with the counterbalance there. All right, here's a fetch on upkeep, it looks like, for Phil. Getting a Tundra.
Yep.
Green.
Yep.
Not happy about that. Also,
Go after.
not quite.
Mess up.
I was like, if he's got Wasteland in hand.
Yeah, that was a decent hand.
Yeah.
You played lands, right?
All right, it looks like an upkeep cracking of the Misty Rainforest for Sahaj, finding a Tundra. Swole says hello, good to be here. Glad you're here. Welcome.
Once I draw my hand, I got a couple yards. No, it's easy to trouble. It's only the initial.
Yeah, yeah. So after my draw steps, same timing as Saga.
Great question from Atomic Void. Are Triomes played in Legacy? So, not really. They'll appear here and there, but they're not really played that much at this point. Would everybody watching agree? They're rarely seen.
16.
Try it.
7. You haven't played anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, there's a Volcanic Island for Sahaj. 4 lands now. Potentially could see Comet or Minsk and Boo. Hype Train conductor Harry Houdini agrees with me. There's another Brainstorm for Force of Phil. Are these new altars, Force of Phil? I don't remember seeing these Brainstorms. I thought you had different Brainstorms. Ice Age or something. Yeah, occasionally you'll see Triomes in 4-color piles, but it's just not that common. Brainstone.
Oh, it's a brainstorm on a. Okay.
Pass.
Yeah, Brainstone, everybody. I think that's the first Brainstone we've ever seen on stream. What are my favorite Legacy decks to play at the moment? I know people are going to get angry with me, but I like playing Initiative, and I like playing a 4-color control pile that I've been playing for the last few weeks that we might see on today's stream.
go to combat.
Yeah, I think that's good enough.
Yep, 15. Yep.
Wow, Myra gets the scoop. So, Myra, what was the full name of Myra? I forgot. Myra the Magnificent. That was. I'll add the text to chat. For those of you that are not, some of you only play MTGO. You have no idea what's going on. Here's the text for Myra the Magnificent. All right, Carpet of Flowers has hit the board for Sahaj. Sahaj up a game here.
Yep. I can just look at it.
Premium Solaire, thanks for the sub. First time sub for Premium. Appreciate that. Swole says, I am building mono white initiative. Would you recommend more colors? I like elves, but it feels a bit meh at the moment in current meta. I think elves is a perfectly good deck to play right now. There are a few different kinds of elves decks that have done well in tabletop events. There's also mono white initiative. If you've been watching this channel, you're familiar. We have a player who's doing well with Gruul or red-green initiative. There are red-white initiative decks that are doing well recently. Take a look at some lists and decide what works for you. Chili is here in the chat. What's up, Chili? Good to see you. All right, so counterbalance hitting the stack once again for Phil. Carpet of Flowers eliminated by the prismatic ending.
And then I'm gonna pass you, but then you're up to the wasteland.
Here's a ponder for Sahaj. Premium says, long-time YouTube watcher, first-time stream. Awesome. Glad to finally catch a stream. Keep up the good content. Great work, Mr. 90s. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm super pumped that you're here watching us live. This is the real show. Watching it on YouTube later is fun, but this is where it's at, I think.
Oh, it says vigilance, actually, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a prismatic ending on the stack here targeting counterbalance. Phil has a Tundra on top, but fetching in response. Are there any viable black-green decks in Legacy? There are black-green depths decks that are very viable. There are, I don't know if you mean strictly black-green, but there are Sultai decks that are playable, like Allurin and... well, chat actually pointing out elves is black-green. That's true. I guess I don't think about elves as black-green, but it is.
Counters on Strix.
There's also like Sultai, Green Sun Zenith decks, or black-green X Zenith decks with Grist and cards like that of all kinds. All right, so both players have no non-land permanents on the board at this point. We're just seeing a bit of a land drop game here.
Go ahead. End of turn.
If I go to flash endurance,
Okay, end of turn, flashing in an endurance. And Phil's sideboard, graveyard, excuse me, will be on the bottom of the library.
Beth.
Yeah, Food Chain is still around. Not really a deck that's at the top of most people's lists right now if you're looking to win some Legacy games. 69% favored for 4-color control, said Twitch chat as the round began. Another fetch for Sahaj. His graveyard is unfortunately slightly off screen. I'm sorry about that. Here's Minskin Boo. I don't see red mana. Oh, okay, so it's being found with a fetch. All right. All right, a Hydroblast on Minsk and Boo while it's still on the stack. Let's see if Sahaj can protect. Yeah, I think Allurin is at least like if someone came up to me and they said, "Yeah, there's this competitive Legacy event coming up this weekend," and said, "I'm going to play Allurin," I would say, "You know what? That could be a good choice. There's Initiative and Delver, and you know, Allurin can beat those decks, and Allurin has a combo finish, and it has cards like Endurance that can help its combo matchups, whatever." But if someone said Food Chain, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know if Food Chain is a good call. Allurin feels more reasonable to me.
14 or 13? I missed a fetch. Did I miss a fetch?
I hit it for 6.
There are Goblin Food Chain decks that do well in leagues on Magic Online, though, and for small, shorter events, Food Chain Goblins could totally be a reasonable pick. But for an 8 to 9 round or 7 to 9 round, whatever you want to say, tournament with higher stakes, I would say Allurin is the direction you should probably go over Food Chain.
Well, I'm about to hit you.
Okay, but I'm
Okay, so Expressive Iteration is happening here, and maybe some confusion about what's going on. Mystic Sanctuary for Hydroblast.
I'll have to brainstorm.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so Expressive Iteration still on the stack. Force of Fill drawing the Hydroblast with Brainstorm, and likely going to try and stop this Expressive from resolving. And that is fine with Sahaj. Attacking for 3. Fill down to 11.
You lose 5.
Does Leovold see play in any deck? It does see some play. Leovold not seeing as much play in Legacy as it once did, which makes me sad. I love the card. It's still around, though. You'll still see Leovolds around occasionally. All right, looks like another Expressive Iteration put an Uro into exile, where it will stay. Mayor of Pendrevel says was just in a top 8 this week, referring to Leovold. I don't know if I saw that, but maybe.
I will keep. I'll keep it one
Next time you read, just wasteland.
It was in a Zenith deck. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Zenith decks tend to, if they're running black and blue, try to fit Leovold in there. It can be quite good.
It's okay.
All right, Endurance getting bounced by Petty Theft.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same.
Okay, Urion just got put in hand using the companion ability. For anybody just joining us and confused, the pink sleeves at the top of the screen next to the orange deck box are attractions. Sahaj has at least Myra the Magnificent. We saw it in game 1 briefly. Phil scooped to it. Here's Mystic Sanctuary. Expressive Iteration going back on top. It's pretty good. Brazen Borrower getting flashed on end step. And Triumph of St. Catherine revealed as a miracle.
That has to die for the 6th thing to trigger, right?
I'll believe. Okay.
Pass turn?
Oh no, that's not until the next turn.
All right, here's Expressive Iteration. This one will resolve. Saj takes a look, puts Wasteland into exile. One card in hand, one card in bottom. Plays the Wasteland. Will hit the Tropical Island. Cutting Phil currently off of green.
With 5 cards in hand.
5, yeah.
And Swords to Plowshares on Triumph of St. Catherine. Phil will gain 5 life. Prismatic Ending on Brazenbauer and attacking with Endurance. All right, so plenty of ammo for Sahaj, able to remove all the threats off the board there and cut Phil off a green. Back-to-back expressive iterations seem to do the trick. And now a Ponder, so just an abundance of resources, it looks like, for Sahaj here in Game 2. Yorion, Sky Nomad now in hand. Leaves him on top and draws from Ponder. Not sure if Prismatic Ending on Brazen was needed. Yeah. All right, here's Triumph St. Catherine getting hard cast. So there must be an extra one floating in hand. And Phil now Hellbent.
Is it legendary?
I don't have Sahaj's list. Any deck lists I do collect at New York events, though, are posted in our Discord server. We'll have a competitive Legacy event, I believe, next month. And if... whoops. If you'd be interested in lists from that, they will be posted in the Discord.
I know, but like, this is fun.
With free spells, it makes it cost.
Amazing battle.
Make sure it works with the spells.
Here's this.
Tapping 5? And Yorion.
There's a tree spell on the board, and I invoked
Or wait a minute, it's my
because it
turn.
applies live.
That's what I always have to pay 3
You
mana.
own. Okay, yeah. No target.
There's 3 mana paid, then there's no, you gotta pay.
All right, so Yorion will not really use its enters the battlefield ability here. Triumph of St. Catherine, pretty big.
And then this goes after.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
I know, yeah.
I went to double check on these votes.
All right, Triumph gets in for a hit. Could Yorion Endurance race this Triumph? Maybe. Phil is Hellbent, takes 8, takes 7. Triumph is not vigilant, no.
Oh, I did that.
This one resolve, and then this.
Yeah.
But it won't trigger now. Second main, it doesn't trigger, right?
No, because it triggers at the beginning of the main phase.
All right, so a little bit of a mistake here for Sahaj, playing the carpet too late.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay.
I think that's how it goes.
Lessons learned. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Do you want to double check what the Oracle is?
I'm like 90% sure you're right, because during your main,
think it is. I'll double
yeah,
check.
yeah, it's like a trigger is.
All right, player is just double checking the wording on Carpet of Flowers. It was played in second main phase, which means it will not trigger, but they're just double checking that to make sure.
Yeah, it's too. Yeah, I messed that up. It's okay. Okay, so this was on tap. Tap this. 1, 2.
Never hurts to just check, everybody. Don't be embarrassed or shy. Just go check the wording on stuff. Especially these old cards that make no sense. Here's Myra the Magnificent once again. So we might see some attractions hit the board here in game 2.
Sorry. I'm gonna pass.
Well, it triggers, right? You don't open attraction until you cast an instant sorcery, is that what it says?
Yeah, whenever you cast insert sorcery spell from your hand, open attraction.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I could exile something before I even have an attraction. No, choose an attraction you control.
I think it needs it doesn't target the attraction.
So many game
But I wouldn't have a valid choice.
Myra the Magnificent text up on your screen now. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell from your hand, open an attraction, X tap, exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value X from your graveyard and choose an attraction you control that doesn't have a midway counter on it. Put a midway counter on it. Whenever you visit that attraction, copy the exiled card. So it makes hitting one of your attractions cast a spell that you attach to it, which can be pretty powerful. All right, so Carpet of Flowers is removed by Prismatic Ending. And now passing back to Sahaj.
Yes.
Post combat.
Myra is a 2/4.
Brainstorm trigger.
Basic.
Would you like to cut?
Feels fine.
Brainstorm triggers Myra, and I'm not sure which attraction that is.
Making sure.
It's gonna be for your brainstorm.
Here, I'll pull this out. Give you a little bit more space for your game on deck.
Get a bigger mat.
Some family friendly nights.
Yeah.
Call it Comet.
Draw for turn.
That attraction is the Bounce Chamber. The visit is return a creature you don't control with the lowest toughness among creatures you don't control to its owner's hand. It has 2 numbers to hit.
Upkeep.
All right, a Swords on Triumph of St. Catherine on Phil's upkeep. That'll create another attraction, I guess.
I just noticed I made an illegal play last turn. It says that Shroud, not hexproof. So I can't target it with my own.
So it's tapped.
You want to just have that on
Okay, that's the Fortune Teller attraction, which is just scry 1, and it has 3 numbers to hit. What are the requirements for the attraction deck in 60 card constructed? You need a minimum of 10, and it's singleton. That's it.
Yeah, but then on the stack, all sorts of.
Ending on.
All right, Myra the Magnificent just got swords by Force of Phil, so I think we'll see the attractions stop here. There's an expressive iteration now attached to Fortune Teller as well.
8 and.
But can I still copy it without this on the field?
Put a midway on it. Whenever you visit an attraction, copy that.
Okay.
I think they're 22.
I swords you into my turn.
I think he was. I think this got messed up while he was looking for something.
Twitch Chat saying it should work without it being on the battlefield because it's not a passive ability but part of the activation. So it's adding an ability to Fortune Teller here. Is what we're saying. So an Endurance is hitting here. Force of Phil's Graveyard getting put on the bottom of the library. Now we're going to untap, it looks like, on Sahaj's turn.
Roll for these. And it's one roll for both.
It's one roll. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. 27.
6. Okay.
Cards in hand?
2.
All right, looks like it was a swing and a miss on the roll on attractions this turn and attacking for 10. Force of Phil goes down to 4. There's a Caracas that just got played right here. Another Triumph of St. Catherine hits the board for Phil. Bethany Winters helping out says Myra has a Gatherer ruling that states it will trigger even if she leaves the battlefield. All right, so that's been confirmed by Bethany. Thank you for that.
Yeah. If I go to 9, you go to.
So Sahaj just rolled a 4. I'm surprised that doesn't hit either attraction.
That's a Snapcaster.
You can't cast a sorcery with it until you've already started.
Go ahead.
Jace the Mind Sculptor off the top for Phil. Not the worst. Did we just miss an attack with Yorion? I don't know.
I just kept drawing like lands. I'm like, no.
9 to 15.
Oh, it's good to you. You had lethal. That was how that worked.
Oh, because it flies.
Okay, Force of Phil scooping here and pointing out that Sahaj had lethal with which I actually just pointed out. Good guy, Force of Phil scoops it up, gives Sahaj the win. Good games.